Hey dudes and dudettes, how's it going YouTube? How's it going everyone? It's Sparky Marky Mark here and I'm back and we're on the second day of June. As of yesterday it was June 1st. So now it's officially summer, as of yesterday of course. And yesterday of course was the birthday of the young screen queen Danielle Harris, whom we know her from, we know her as the Screen Queen, but she began doing horror in the late 80s. Well, she did a television show prior to that in One Life to Live, and then other projects of the TV show era of Spencer for Hire, one episode. But with that, we're gonna have to go back to her movie career. Halloween 4, Halloween 5, which she played the niece of Michael Myers. Then was the niece of Sylvester Stallone's character Hadget she played Tracy in Marked for Death, and she was in some comedy films, action movies, also Free Willy. Coincidentally, never mind that. Thought it was directed by the same director, but no way. But worked with Dwight Little on Halloween 4 and then Marked for Death. And of course was playing the tomboy daughter of Bruce Willis in The Last Boy Scout, which was directed by Tony Scott. Then was still young Jamie in The Curse of Michael Myers, but in the producer's cut, where you see her when she was so young. And also, what else? Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, and City Slickers, and those three films came out when I was an infant at the time. Free Willy, I was 2 at the time. My buddy's mother was pregnant with him at the time, and a buddy of mine was turning 2, and it was the same year my other buddy was born, and then another buddy of mine was turning a year old when Curse of Michael Myers was released, and a few of my other homies were turning 4 at the time. I was 4 as well in '95 and such. And by 1996, she worked on 3 projects. Playing Michael Rooker's daughter in American Yakuza 2 back to back, and then she also was in a television movie by Disney called Wish Upon a Star, which stars Katherine Heigl playing the older sister, and Danielle Harris plays the younger sister. So yeah, that sort of thing was bizarre and crazy, but it was a good film. Everyone thinks that Wish Upon a Star is like Freaky Friday. Well, it is, but it's not even based on any books that I know of. And the script was written by Jessica Barnodez, if I said the name right. And then you have the music by Ray Colorado, and the soundtracks were played by Moon Pools and Caterpillars. So yeah, she did. I mean, this film, okay, you can see the tagline, you can read that there. And it's apparently a little bit Freaky Friday, but remember guys, that movie revolved around mother and daughter. This is about 2 sisters, of course, and it is indeed a fun film to watch. It came out around November of '96. I was about 5 at the time when this film came out, and then by December of '96, she was in Daylight with Sylvester Stallone, and of course his son Sage Stallone is in that film, and who else? And then she would later be involved in television projects and among other things. By the late '90s, we know her in Urban Legend with Alicia Wheaton, Rebecca Gayheart, Jared Leto. You have 2 icon horrors, of course, such as Robert Englund and Brad Dourif. And she plays the goth roommate, and then suddenly when she gets killed, which we witness, and then her death gets covered up as a suicide. And it very kind of pisses me off, because due to the fact prestigious colleges and universities want to protect their own images and crap like that, yeah, who would want to be involved in cover-ups? And then of course towards the final act of the film, we know who the villain was and why is she doing this to the main female character, and among other things. But it is a good film. And then a month after the release of Urban Legend, she would also be in Charmed, playing Aviva in an episode called The Fourth Sister. And of course we know her as the voice of Debbie Thornberry in The Wild Thornberrys. What else did she do at that point? She played the role of young Charlene Silver in Goosed. And then, of course, at the time of the late 90s of 1999, she played the role of Justine Sinclair in a television film called Hostage Hotel, but it's continuing the Burt Reynolds movie of Hard Times 3, if I said the name right. Let's see. Hold on a sec, I have the movie, huh? Oh, Hard Time. Yeah. This one right here is Hostage Hotel, but it's Hard Time 3, Hostage Hotel, which she plays the role of a congressman's daughter. And it is indeed a great film, and I have this film right here. And among other things, it has Keith Carradine, son of Robert, father, whatever. He plays the villain, and of course you have Burt Reynolds. Charles Durning is in this movie. Of course, we know Danielle Harris is in this, and among other things, it was directed by Hal Needleman, or Needman, if I said his name right, who worked with Burt Reynolds in Smoking the Bandit 1 and 2. And among other things, this is the third. I mean, the late 90s was kind of crazy, you know, up and down, such and such. But it's cool. It's very cool. Among other things, sorry for that blurriness. Okay, so after that, she would later be involved in television projects, like she played the role of Plum Wilkinson in That's Life, starring Heather Page Kent and Kristen Burr. Peter Fifth, Kevin Dillon is in it, Paul Sorvino is in it, and among other things, this is a good show. But by 2002, it ended, of course. That's it. It just ended. And it's a good show, though. You could still watch it on YouTube. And then there's The Origin of Donnie movie, which she voiced as Debbie Thornberry, which was released in 2002. It later being other projects, television shows, and among other things, guest appearances, if you will. And she would be in video games playing Debbie Thornberry, and also in theatrical films of the anime movies. She was in the Wild Thornberrys movie, voicing the character of Debbie, and again in Rugrats Goes Wild, which is a crossover between Rugrats and Wild Thornberrys, and what else? Also, Bruce Willis voices the character Spike. Wow! And then there's M and Me, also, but it's under another name called Moondance. Then there is, among other things, then she will be in the remake of Halloween. Not a very good movie to watch. The Rob Zombies suck, and she would be in other horror films, other projects, including the Hatchet films, and then work on other projects, and among other things. Anything else? So yeah, and Victor Crowley, and she was Angel in Once Upon a Time in America. Also, yeah, that's among other things. And now she came back to play the role of Molly Tilden in The Connors, which is of course continuing the Roseanne show, which we know her from 1991 playing that role. Molly Tilden, who is the character's best friend in that movie. Which character she played? Darlene Connor. Yeah, Darlene Connor Haley's best friend, of course, in 7 episodes. And some people may remember the show Boy Meets World, in where she played Teresa Kiner, but under the name TK in an episode called Sister Teresa, among other things. So yeah, I mean, I met her about 5 years ago, and still to this day, I mean, when I was attending middle school days, I had the hots for her. Really, dude, I had the hots for her as a kid. I was a freshman I was in 8th grade at the time, and dude, she's hot. But then, of course, she got married in 2013 and became a mother. But I met her for the first time in 2016, believe it or not. And she had to sit down. She had to stay sitting because at the time she was pregnant. So yeah, when I get the chance, I want to take a picture with her standing. And I do have an autograph of her. I'm gonna get another one of hers pretty soon. So yeah, happy birthday, Danielle Harris. Here to do that. Scream Queen. They gotta cast her in other projects. She kicks ass. So among other things, dude, this is Sparky Marky Mark signing off. Y'all take care, God bless you, and I'll see you all in the next vid.